up the Tiger first. play. First and 10 on their own 20-yard line. Martinez, ball carrier. Reagan leads the initial start for the Tigers. No gain, second and 10. by number 22. Tony Romero covering the play, 86. Jerry Riggins. Also covering on that play was John Vincent, first and 10, Gerardo. Watch the ball carrier. Flag going to play again. Martinez. Gain of about 12 yards. Second and 8. Watch from the other side. first down. Stop by Reagan. Walks up the middle. Safely dropping back and keeping the ball moving straight ahead. Watch tries to center the line. Martinez. Take a pick. Multiple choice.
Really fun now. Free wallets.
To get underway. So with a good tailwind, drives Ernest McCullough back deep on the 5. Quarterback Jeff Faulkner brings the Cowboys out of the huddle. Faulkner, 4-year player for the Cowboys. Hands off to senior Ernest McCullough, goes over the right side, breaks over to the open. Faulkner handoff to McCullough over the left side, picks up a couple yards. Tackled by number 61. Faulkner on a keeper, cuts inside and is hit and brought down by number 86, Gary Riggins for the Tigers. Head off to McCullough right up the middle. Picks up good yardage. Tackled by number. Hand off to McCullough over the right side. McCullough following the blocking on the right side of the Cowboy offensive line, being led by, so quarterback number 7, Randy Robinson for the Tigers. Hands off over the right side to number 40, John Vincent. Tackle made by number 51 for the Cowboys. Over the left side, tackled by number 63, Ralph Edwards, was number 33 for the Tigers, Basilio Misquez. Robinson back to pass, goes over, intended for number... Cowboys will send McCullough and Randolph deep. Number 22 kicks off. Quarterback Randy Robinson brings him out of the huddle. Sends Vincent in motion, hands off over the right side of the offensive line to number 33, Basilio Misquez. Hand off to number 40, John Vincent on a quick opener over the left side. Gets into the Cowboy secondary, brought down by number 11, Jeff Faulkner. Robinson, reverse. In the round, number 33, Basilio Misquez. Jay Saldivar making the tackle for the Cowboys. Saldivar, one of those senior linebackers for Riverdale. Hand off over the right side to number 33, Basilio Misquez. Another good pickup. Picks up the first down and about 7 yards more. Jay Saldivar making the tackle for Riverdale. Hand off to number 22, Ray Chuck, around the left side, tackled by number 22 for the Cowboys, Ernest McCullough, and number 10, Charles Espinoza. Robinson back to pass, goes over wide open. Is number 85, Alex Maldonado. Robinson, hand off to number 33, Mesquita. Tackled by number 63, Ralph Edwards. Hand off to Misquez. Again, a good defensive play by number 63, Ralph Edwards. Makes a good tackle for the Cowboys and throws the Tigers for a long. Number 72, Alan Vink at center for the Cowboys. Brings him out of the huddle. Hand off to McCullough over the right side. by number 60, Mike Edwards. And off to number 40, fullback Joe Flores goes over the left side. Picks up about 4 yards, tackled again by number 60, Mike Edwards. Fumble picked up by Faulkner. Loses about a half a yard on the play, tackled by number 51, Paul Ramirez for the Tigers. Faulkner handoff to Flores. Down close to first down, hit right at the line of scrimmage. Charge led by number 72, Tony Torres for the Tigers, along with number 60, Mike Edwards. Fullback Flores picks up the first down, so the Cowboys will have it first down, 10 yards to go. And off to Ernest McCullough over the right side. Picks up about 3 yards. Tackled by number 86 for Woodlake, Gary Riggins. Again, McCullough over the right side. Picks up a couple. Tackle made by number 86 for Woodlake, Gary Riggins. To McCullough, goes around the right side, turns the corner, steps out of bounds at about the 44-yard line, finally pushed out of bounds by number 50, Sidney Martinez. Hand off to Lewis over the right side, stays on his feet, fights for yardage. 61 for the taking over for injured Wallace Jackson, a senior for the Cowboys, who was hurt last week in the Emmanuel game. Big doing a good job at center. Hand off to McCullough right up the middle. Tackled by number 52, David Mills. Faulkner, hand off to McCullough, hit behind the line by number 61 for the Tigers, Gerardo Sanchez. So that'll bring up a fourth down. Pitch back to McCullough, goes over the left side. Shows good running ability, stays on his feet, gets out of bounds. Finally chased out by number 61, Gerardo Sanchez. Faulkner with a handoff to Lewis goes over the right side, picks up about 3 yards on the play. Tackle by number 52, David Mills, Tom Merritt, and Jay Saldivar at left guard, right guard, and right tackle. This time McCullough goes to the left side. It's on a good move and finally tripped up by number 40, John Vincent. Faulkner, handoff to McCullough, met right at the line of scrimmage this time. Tackled by number 61, Gerardo Sanchez. Cowboys, Faulkner on the keeper, pitches out to McCullough, goes around the right side, cuts in, and picks up the first down for the Cowboys. So, a couple of gutsy plays by the Cowboys on fourth down.
Those would have been long drives that really carried it.
Pitch back to McCullough, falls incomplete. McCullough quickly covers the ball, but a big loss by the Cowboys. Covering on the play for Woodlake, number 86. Faulkner back to pass, goes over, complete, or incomplete, headed for number 80, Curtis Randolph. Defending on the play, number 51, Paul Ramirez for the Tigers. as a official time. Faulkner back to pass. Goes over and picked off by number 33 for the Tigers, Basilio Misquez. So, finally brought on offense. Will now be forced to go back on defense. Robinson with a handoff on a hand around to number 40. John Vincent. Tackle made by number 80, Curtis Randolph, and number... Robinson, handoff to number 22, Chuck Ray. Roy Newton on the tackle for the Cowboys. Robinson brings him out of the huddle. Goes back to pass. Throws deep, down, intended for Maldonado, and it's caught for Riverdale. Faulkner back to pass. Throws over. Caught by number 81. Richard Ray goes. Faulkner back to pass. Throws over in the flat. Intended for number 80, Randolph. Pass falls incomplete. Fumble by quarterback Faulkner. Recovered by the Tigers. Number 50 on the tackle, Sidney Martinez. Number 61 on the recovery. Robinson keeps the ball. Throws down deep. And batted down on a good defensive play by number 10, Charles Espinoza, who prevents an almost sure touchdown by the Tigers as Robinson throws deep into the end zone. Throws this time a handoff on a draw play to number 33, and that is Basilio Misquez, and he goes in for the touchdown. So a 23-yard run on a draw play by the Tigers fools the Cowboy defense, and they put the first 6 points on the board. Santos Jimenez to do the kicking, and it's up, and it's good. Correction, that's number 85, Alex Maldonado, doing the kicking. Ball goes through the uprights. We do have a penalty on the play. Too many men on the field. Charged against the Tigers this time. So they'll be penalized. A 15-yard penalty for too many men on the field, charged against the Tigers. Are we ready? So Robinson goes back to pass now on the extra point conversion, throws deep into the end zone and knocked down on a good play by Jeff Faulkner. Defensive safety for the Cowboys, and so the conversion attempt is McCullough. Tigers with an onside kick. Hits off a Cowboy, but recovered by number 51 for Riverdale. A good heads-up play by Raul Martinez. So a surprise onside kick by the Tigers, but the Cowboys were ready and recovered the ball, so now they'll have good field position on the 48-yard line of Woodlake. Faulkner on the option, pitches out to McCullough. McCullough hit, brought down after no gain by number 40, John Vincent. Tripped up behind the line by number 61, Gerardo Sanchez. So, two big plays by the Woodlake defense. Nets the Cowboys a half a yard loss, and they'll have a third down, 11 yards to go. 4:22 left in the first half of play. Picks it up. Another loss. This time of about 3 yards again. Number 61, Gerardo Sanchez. Steve Correa. And number 40, John Vincent. Newton gets off a low kick. Takes a good bounce for the Cowboys. And goes into the end zone. So a
cake with dirt frosting. Yeah. Oh, that dirt on it.
Robinson back to pass, being chased, throws a screen over in the left to number 40, Vincent. Still on his feet. Breaks 3 tackles by the Cowboys and finally brought down by number 22, Ernest McCullough. So number 40, John Vincent, showing some good running after he catches the ball. Robinson back to pass, throws over. Caught by number 85, Alex Maldonado. Steps out of bounds at the 49-yard line of the Cowboys. Robinson back to pass. Being chased, throws deep down the center of the field. Caught by number 14, Chance Owen. Tackled immediately by number 10, Espinoza. But a 26-yard pickup by the Tigers gives them good field position at the Cowboy 27-yard line. Still 2 minutes, 29 seconds remaining in the first half. Robinson on a draw play. Cowboys are not fooled. Tackle made by number 40, Joel Flores. Also in on the stop, number 52 for the Cowboys, Wes Hammond. End around, reverse to number 33, Miguel Juarez. Trips over another Woodlake player and stopped by number 40, Joel Flores. So Basilio Misquez. Third down, 9 yards to go, 1 minute, 10 seconds remain in the first half. Robinson back to pass, being chased by Edwards. Throws the pass. So, Ralph Edwards. Big play for the Tigers. They'll have a 4th down, 9 yards to go. 1 minute, 4 seconds left in the first half. Robinson back to pass, goes over the middle. Intended for number 14. Chance Owen, pass falls incomplete. Good coverage by the Cowboys. Leads the Cowboys out of the huddle. 59 seconds left in the first half. Faulkner on a quarterback keeper gets into the secondary. So Faulkner, good run by Faulkner, picked up about 26 yards on the play. We have a timeout, Cowboys. Faulkner, again, a quarterback keeper, goes right up the middle, picks up about 2 yards. Timeout, second down, 8 yards to go for the Cowboys. Faulkner back to pass, goes over. Pass cut by Ragos on a flea flicker. Back to McCullough. Fumbles the ball. Cowboys with no timeouts left. Hustle out of the huddle. They'll have a third down, about 3 yards to go. Faulkner back to pass. Throws deep with a good pass. Intended for Ragoza, almost picked off by number 14, Chance Owen. Faulkner with about a 40-yard pass. Faulkner, 3 men split wide left, back to pass. Throws the screen over to McCullough. Pass falls incomplete. Robinson back to pass. Being chased and throws deep against the wind. And the ball goes off the tee, so the Tigers will have it after a miscue by the Cowboys. They'll have it first down, 10 yards to go. And they're quickly ready to go into action. Robinson, handoff around the right side to number 23, Steve Correa. Tackle made by Jeff Robinson, brings him out of the huddle and hands off quickly on a quick opener up the middle to number 33, Basilio Misquez. Tackle finally made by number 80, Curtis Randolph for the outside kick. Puts the Cowboys deep in their own territory. But again, number 63, Ralph Edwards, gets to an opening in the offensive line of the Tigers and brings down.
Every time you read one off, the prize long left side is going a little bit.
Robinson back to pass, attempts to throw and tackled by Joe Flores and Ralph Edwards.
It off the hand and went right up the middle and scored. What quarter?
Robinson back to pass, throws over, and picked off by number 22. Curtis McCullough. McCullough with a good run back for the Cowboys of about 23 yards.
Ran it back.
Faulkner, handoff to McCullough over the right side. Again tackled by number 40, John Vincent. Pickup of about 3 yards on the play, or bring up a third down, 3 yards to go.
It was knocked down on a good play by Charles Espinosa.
Handoff right up the middle to number 33, James Lewis, now at fullback for the Cowboys.
No, they recovered on the 40, made a good run, then a penalty, and then about 4 times Ralph Edwards has cut through the line and tackled the guy behind the line. So you'd say he
Faulkner, handoff to McCullough, fumbles the ball. Recovered by number 51, Paul Ramirez for the Tigers. So another 7, Randy Robinson at quarterback, brings him out of the huddle. Goes back to pass, throws down deep, intended for Alex Maldonado, overthrow it. Defending on the play are...
plays on long passes, Riverdale has knocked the ball down. One was in the end zone, and Espinosa knocked it down, and Faulkner did nothing.
Handoff to number 40 around the right side, John Vincent. Still on his feet, finally driven out of bounds over on the far side by number 80, Curtis Randolph, along with number 65. Robinson with a handoff to Basilio Misquez, goes right up the middle, tackled by number 10, Espinosa. On a counter play, pickup of about 3.5 yards on the play. That'll bring up a second down, about 5 yards to go. Handoff to Misquez again over the right side. Tripped up by number 74, Roy Newton for Riverdale. Misquez again over the right side, tackled this time again by number 63, Ralph Edwards, who's done a real good job tonight on defense for the Cowboys. Handoff to Misquez, that finally tripped up by number 74, Roy Newton, but a big play for number 33.
That's Waddell. Warren. Oh, 34 is Warren. 84. Oh.
Touchdown, Tigers. 5:30. Again, the cheerleaders would like to thank you if you're standing up for the kickoff. Deep for the Cowboys, McCullough and Randolph. Dance to be held in the girls' gym from the conclusion of the game till 11:30. In the round to Curtis Randolph. Tackle brought down by number 80, Tate Malloy. For the Tigers.
Usually Mike Caldwell here, but he might be, they changed it.
In the round again to Randolph. Again, picks up good yardage, about a 11-yard gain by Randolph. So the Cowboys mounting the drive. Handoff to McCullough right up the middle. Tackled by number 86, Gary Ritter. Ernest McCullough again over the right side, picks up about 4 yards and bring up a third down about 2 yards to go. McCullough again over the right side, hit it right at the line of scrimmage, gets down near the first down, back, and McCullough at tailback. This time, McCullough goes right up the middle. Tackled by Faulkner on a rollout. Tackled. Third down, 9 yards to go. Faulkner back to pass, throws over. Ball batted in the air by number 20, Al Cupello. Newton gets off a good kick against the wind. Ball bounces on the 26-7-yard line of the Tigers, where they'll take over. First down, 10 yards to go. Handoff to number 40, right up the middle, John Vincent. Handoff left side, tackle by number 52 for the Cowboys. Fourth down, about a yard to go for the Tigers. Handoff to number 33, workhorse for the, again, handoff to Basilio Misquez. Breaks about 3 tackles. Pick up about 8 yards on the play. Finally tackled by number 22, Ernest McCullough, along with number 10 for Randy Robinson. Brings him out of the huddle. Handoff around the right side on a reverse play to number 40, John. Robinson back to pass, throws over, picked off by number 22, Ernest McCullough. McCullough goes down the sideline, still on his feet, finally driven out of bounds by quarterback Robinson. So, good. Faulkner tries to pitch out, but is tackled immediately. So he hangs on to the ball. Tackle made by number 61. for the Tigers. Gerardo Sanchez is on the play. That'll bring up a second down, 10 yards, 16 yards to go. Busted play in the backfield as Lewis runs into quarterback Faulkner. Stopped by number 63, Steve Fernandez. Faulkner back to pass, throws out, intended for Raygoza. Richard Raygoza, pass falls incomplete. That'll bring up a fourth down. Still about 8.
Looking downfield when the ball right even got there.
Faulkner back to pass. Throws over. Picked off by number 33 for the Tigers, and he'll go into the end zone. So, Basilio.
J. Saldivar. They got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 guys now. We need 10. We need 11.
Maldonado gets the kick up. Goes wide right. So, number 50, Sidney Martinez will do the kickoff. Again, the cheerleaders would like to thank you if you're standing up for the kickoff.
What do you do?
Delay a game charged against the Tigers. That'll cost them 5 yards. Back deep for the Cowboys, McCullough and Randolph. Another squib kick picked up this time by Joel Forrest. Forrest goes to his left. Hit and brought down after about a 7-yard return. Handoff to Randolph on a end around. Tackled by number 51, Ramirez. Pickup of about 2 yards on the play. Mr. Mike Caldwell, Mr. Keith Alsop. Again, we'd like to thank those gentlemen for running our chain crew for us during the season. We certainly appreciate it. Faulkner on a keeper. Tackle. Again by number 61, Gerardo Sanchez. Loss of about a yard on the play. Faulkner back to pass. Throws out, intercepted, almost intercepted by number 60, Mike Edwards. Tigers take over, first down, 10 yards to go. Robinson, handoff to Basilio Misquez, breaks the tackle, goes over the 36-yard line of the Cowboys, tackled by number 10, Charles. Handoff to number 40, John Vincent, who's tackled by number 84, Roy Newton, on a good defensive play for the Cowboys. Robinson back to pass, being chased. Throws complete to number 40 for the Tigers, John Vincent. Handoff to number 50, right up the middle, still on his feet, breaks a couple tackles. Sidney Martinez.
Okay, that's fine. I'll be down. Yeah, set up those just light him up.
Again, number 50, Sidney Martinez around the left side. Hand off to number 40, John. Robinson back to pass. Throws over the middle, intended for number 14 and caught by Chance Owen. Tackled by Espinosa. Pickup of about 18. Robinson in the round to number 25. Santos Jimenez. Tackled by number 74, Miguel Juarez. For the Tigers, 4th down and inches. Handoff to number 40, John Vincent, who will pick up the 1st down. On a quick opener over the left side. If you have a program, he's not listed, but number 70 is Lupe Martinez. Handoff right up the middle, hit immediately by number 61, Jay Saldivar. One of those seniors playing his last home game tonight. Pitch out to number 22, Chuck Ray. Tackled by number 81, Richard Raygoza, along with number 84, Roy Newton for the Cowboys. And also, if you're a student body member, a after-game dance in the girls' gym, sponsored by the annual. Pass knocked down on a good defensive play by number 81, Richard Raygoza for the Cowboys. Robinson back to pass. Caught. Brought down again by David Edwards. Edwards with a good game tonight for the Cowboys on defense. Sacking the quarterback and running back several times. That's Ralph Edwards, number 63. Takes it down to around the 5-yard line. Have a flag. the Tigers move it back side. finished up with that. Tennessee's kick is good. They have 1 second remaining in the first half. The score, Emmanuel 33, Woodlake 0. for 5 or 6 yards where he stopped.